Thanks for listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shanna Martin. I'm a middle school teacher, technology coach, and personalized learning coordinator for my district.
And I'm her husband, Fuzz, and I don't teach, but I do all the button pushing and listen a lot.
This is true.
So
you hear about all of the teachery school things.
I'm in the teacher immersion program.
You are,
yes.
Very much so.
And
I feel like you definitely pay attention to more like educationally things.
Oh yeah.
Since
even my dad right now is.
I know it's kind of cool.
He's sending articles.
I get so
about education.
many emails from your dad. I think I get more emails from your dad than I get from my mom, just because.
Yeah.
Look, I read another teacher article. Oh, here's another tech tool teacher article. Oh, this is teachers and technology. Oh, here, yeah. And you get this like little flood of emails from your dad.
Yes. Yep. Exactly.
Thanks for sharing.
Yes. Big news this week.
Big news.
We have launched
in our little bubble.
Big news for us.
Yes.
For the rest of the world, this is peanuts. But we've redesigned the website, smartnwi.com. It is all new, up to date, has all the episodes. The coolest part about it was, so when we started the podcast, the EdTech Directory was manageable.
Yeah.
And then
I'm like, oh yeah, it's free tech tools. And we're like, oh yeah, cool. It's like, 10, 20, 30, 40.
Well, so we're
50.
at episode 65, and on most of the first episodes, we did 2 to 3 different tech tools.
Yeah.
And we still do usually 2 to 3 free tech tools that you can use in your classroom each week.
There's a few episodes, and then they got a little carried away.
But even still, let's just say an average of 3.
Yes.
We're at episode 65.
Yes.
So that puts us at 195 tech tools in the EdTech Directory.
Ish.
Now, it was just a long list at first that was alphabetized.
Right.
Now,
because that made sense in the beginning.
But now you can search by topic, by episode, by specific tech tool that we talked about. You can go there. You can go to the EdTech Directory.
And you can
click
search
on that.
by episode and then find the different tech tools in each episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all available to you now. So
it's pretty snazzy.
do it. Go check out smartnwi.com. Also,
yes, thanks for organizing all of that, by the way.
You're very welcome. I was happy to do it. I actually even took a day off of work just to finish it because I wanted it to be done.
And you wanted it to be like super pretty. There was a lot of...
Well, there's part of that, but also partly because every time that we added a new episode to the show, like I was hoping to get it done over the summer, and I didn't. And every time we added a new episode, I was adding a little bit more time onto my life because I had to put it in both the new site and the old site.
Right.
But we're also adding a shop on there where we got some pretty snazzy T-shirts and things that you can go check out and help support the podcast.
Snazzy.
So
and share a little fun teaching things with other teachers.
Yeah,
basically.
There'll be fun
teacher
things.
shirts.
It's not like advertising for the show or anything like that. It's just fun teachery things.
Things that I say or things that we come up with are just funny, random teachery things.
Exactly.
Or inspirationally things. I feel like more now, I don't know, like Friday used to be the only Gene day, but now kind of, it's all about whatever you need to do, for mental health. And if you need to wear a cute teacher t-shirt and jeans, it's acceptable now.
Yes.
So basically I just have a collection of cute teachery t-shirts.
Right.
And neon pink tennis shoes.
Well, yes. I mean, that's your wardrobe.
Survival.
That's not for sale on the website.
No.
But
but I have neon pink tennis shoes to brighten.
Just put up one that says it will Google what is it?
Meet.
Yeah. Till we Google Meet again.
Till we virtually meet again?
Until we Google Meet again.
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah. Until we Google Meet again.
So it's fun stuff.
Yep.
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah. It's
smartnwi.com. Check it out. Go.
You'll like promo for the project you've been working on.
Yeah.
Yay. So today our tech tools are focused on 360 views.
Yeah.
So this started this investigation of things, this investigation of tours, virtual tours and stuff, came from all our elementary teachers usually all go to the pumpkin farm in the fall. I don't know if that's just like a local thing or if, I mean, I'm sure a lot of other districts do it, but go to the pumpkin farm or the apple farm, or you go to the farm in the fall for your field trip. And a lot of our littles go to the farm and they get to bring a pumpkin and they get to like pick apples and learn about how the farm works and that kind of thing. Well, one of our local places that always does the pumpkin farm thing was like, hey, we know that field trips are not allowed this year. And I don't know if it is like that everywhere, but in most districts around here, there is 0 field trips now. So for spreading of illness, but also there's no budget.
Yeah.
And so what they've done is you can book a tour with them and they will give you a 45 or 50-minute live tour of the farm. And then you can pre-plan to pick up your pumpkins ahead of time or they'll deliver. And then everyone still gets their pumpkin.
Yeah,
so
that's
they're
cool.
going to do the tour and you can throw in a caramel apple for like an extra $1 per kid or something. I don't know. But I thought, what a way to think outside the box and still kind of have a farm day, but not. So I was like, well, there's got to be other things out there that can offer tours and videos and stuff that are educational, and I don't know, you can build it into your day with all of our virtual learning, and some are in the classroom, some are not in the classroom.
And if you're doing it virtually, you can support local places, like a lot of them that are doing it, like the apple orchard, or you could do some things that you could never do with your students, like take them abroad, or
which is what we're gonna do first.
What? You don't say.
Way to set it up. So the first website is called 360 Cities. It's three like number. Let's try this again.
360 Cities.
360cities.net. So 360cities.net. 360cities.net. And really, this website is, I think, meant for like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's more like stock photography, or like you can use these images. But as a teacher, this is such a cool teaching tool. Not meant to normally be an educational website, I don't think. But what it does, it's these images from around the world that have been taken with 360 cameras. So you can type in the search if you want to pick a place. It throws up something different every time. So like they've got Tanzania, like Africa, like that's my picture right now. They have a section that is specifically for schools, which you can go to and you can sign up, and they have like a free teacher kind of thing where they do world map and tours as well. And you can find that on the front page too. So you can do this whole setup that way. But, and it's called 360 Schools Alpha. But for my purpose, what I was looking for is just a quick way when a kid says, hey, I don't know what that would look like, or I've never been there, or what would that, like if you're having a conversation with students and instead of just like pulling up the image in Google Images, which we can do, and there could be a picture, but these are panoramic pictures. So you can see all the way around like these mountainsides and all around these different tours. And what's cool is if you pick a place, we'll just pick Wisconsin because we're sitting here in Wisconsin. They have all these images, so you can pick from panoramic images of the states, or they have a world map that comes up. And if you click on the world, so in the upper left-hand side of the screen, click the world, and it gives you kind of like a globe or like a map of the world. And once it's loaded in, you can zoom in and zoom out of different parts and pick pictures because they're like marked on the map. And then you can pick like, oh, I'm going to like zero in here on Minnesota, and I'm going to click and I'm going to find an image from Minnesota and like tour around that place. Before I picked Wisconsin, and we spend a lot of time in Door County, Wisconsin, and they have really pretty images of like Sturgeon Bay. And then it was like, oh, look, there's the Ridges Sanctuary and this little boardwalk. And then it's really cool because the cool little boardwalk image they have, my dad helped build the boardwalk that's there. So it was just kind of cool. You can click around and explore different areas, even of like your local area of these cool 360 images of places. And people are, there's a huge variety. Like you can sign up and then become a contributor to this page. And if you have a passion for 360 video or images, you can absolutely, add to it. But it's just kind of cool because you can explore places very quickly that you normally wouldn't, but you can kind of drop in and you feel like you're there, but you don't have to do a lot of background or a lot of digging to find stuff. It's just right there and there's cool images. So because we can't take our kids places really right now, it's a cool way to be like, hey, let's just explore this part of the world and maybe turn it into some research or turn it into a class discussion or maybe just a day starter. Like if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? Pick it on the map. Let's look at that area.
Or like right now I am at the Giza pyramids in Egypt, and
do you feel like you're there?
Well, yeah, because you see the pyramids in pictures, but we don't see is the giant parking lot, and like people sitting on a rock eating lunch.
Yeah, there's like people around you,
vendors and things like that. But yet you can still like spin around and see the massive size of these pyramids that you would not have had.
Yeah, it gives you a different perspective on things.
Exactly.
This one, these are mountain gorillas in Rwanda, Africa. And they're like, you can zoom around and see gorillas. Like it's called Gorillas in the Mist.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I know. There's just all kinds of cool things so just like to have kids explore images or use them for talking points or use them for, day starters or just, it's kind of a cool way to feel like you're someplace else for a few minutes, which is kind of fun. So it's called 360cities.net. And like I said, there's also an education portion to it. You have to kind of scroll to get to the education portion of it. That's meant for teachers, but it is also available and just kind of a cool way to explore the world in another viewpoint. And it's easy to get to. So
there you are.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Our second 360 video thing is called farmfood360.ca. And like none of these are like normal endings today. They're like,
well, .net I guess is like the second place ending when it comes to endings in the world. And .ca is Canada. And you'll see when you get there that it says right on the top, immerse yourself in Canadian farm and food tours.
Yes. So this is where, I just talked about at the beginning, this like pumpkin farm video was where this came from. Like, how can we get our littles to the farm this fall? And this actually began, this specific farm one came because our ag teachers, and I grew up in Illinois. We did not really have ag class where I grew up.
Now, I grew up in an agricultural area in Wisconsin.
Did you have ag classes?
And we did not have ag classes.
Okay,
I grew up like being loaned out to the neighbors to throw hay at their farm by my parents.
And you didn't have ag classes?
We didn't have ag classes. At least not that I knew of. Maybe there were, and I just was oblivious. But
yeah, because it was a bigger high school. But so our ag teachers are trying to do, a lot of, we're doing online learning, a lot of stuff, and it's not as hands-on-y when you're virtually learning. And so we do have farms around our school, but I thought, this is super cool. So it's called Farm Food 360, and it's discover, immerse yourself in Canadian farming, like you said, and you can pick different types of farms and what they make. And so if you decide to go to the dairy cow farms, if you click on that, there's 360 images. And then once you click on there, that breaks it down by day in the life of a dairy farm, caring for calves. And then once you click on those, some of them have 360 pictures and views, and some of them have videos that come up. So then you have like a video that walks you through that part of the farming, which is kind of cool. And they have eggs, and they have mink farms. I didn't really know that was a thing. And apple orchards. And the apple orchard video is the one I shared with our elementary staff. You can learn about agricultural workers. You can learn about apples farm to table. You can learn about like life on an apple farm as a family. So these videos take you through all different types of farm life, both in 360 images, so you can twirl around and be on the farm, and also some of them connect to videos. So then you also get like a video tour as well. And I thought that was really neat. They also have a collection of facts about each type of farming on the page. And what's kind of cool too is they also have an app for it, so you can do you can use it on your smartphone or on like an iPad, and they have it set up to use it different ways. So there's all kinds of ways that you can do these fun little 360 and virtual tours of the Canadian farms. And I thought that was neat.
That reminds me, there is also a website that I had for work. I had interacted with that's similar, not as robust in this sense, but it's the Illinois Farm Families website. Mm-hmm. So back to Illinois, but you grew up in the suburbs, but
yeah,
there's a very large agricultural aspect of Illinois, and they have it's at watchusgrow.org. There are some 360 videos that they've done there where you actually see a crop duster fly over and some things like that. It's pretty cool. So
cool.
It's they're 360 videos though, so it's not like not really on your own. You kind of watch the video and you can spin around and see. So
gotcha.
But that's Illinois Farm Families or watchusgrow.org.
Look at that. We'll get everyone to the farm this fall.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the last site we have, after viewing all these different 360 images and videos, I was playing around and I thought, well, it'd be cool if the students could test out making a 360 video or tour. So the site is called divein.studio. So divein.studio. Dive In Studio. And what it is a site to create tours. So you can create 360 virtual tours, which is pretty cool. I will point out that because we're all about free things, you only can create one free one, but if you're going to do it with students, they can always delete out the other one if they want to do more than one. And you can, I think it's up to like 7 like 360 images that you can put in there, which is quite a bit actually. And so students, I'm thinking older, probably 6th grade and up, can create their own 360 video with Dive In, which is kind of cool. You just hit create, and everything's like on the left hand side, and you're able to go in and add. What's kind of cool is you can add regular pictures and it will make them 360 for you. So you don't even have to have a panoramic picture in there. You can, but you don't have to. And so you put your image in and then click the button and it makes it like a 360 image. It connects like the ends, makes your image like circular, and you can title the collection, and then you can put in your like navigation points, and you can put in like different titles, and you can subtitle it, and you can put descriptions in there too. So they give you like 2 examples, like one walking through a city and then one's like going through rooms of a house. Oh yeah. But you can create then your own virtual tour, and then there's a share button, and you can email it out or like embed it someplace or share it. So again, the free one, you only get one free one. But you can play around with it and have your kids test it out and make their own 360 image tour kind of deal if you want to have them, take outside, walk through the neighborhood, or you could even create one for the school so the kids feel like they're back at school if you're at home. Now
I know how you're going to one up all of the teachers, and all of you listening can one up all of the teachers that you've been doing your virtual classrooms in.
Yes.
You can go to Dive In and create a 360 virtual classroom, maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
You could.
And
You could make it a link within your classroom, because we all have like our Bitmoji classrooms.
Yeah.
But then you could be like, oh, and then today, if you want to feel like you're in reading class, you can visit reading, and then you go to math. So you could actually have them like go from class to room to class.
You could do that, yeah. Or you could, if you put it in the middle of your room, you could spin it around and put dots in your dive-in. And when you click on them, it can show you the different parts of the classroom that you wanted to focus on.
Yes, that is true too.
Yeah,
so,
but it doesn't have the links out and stuff. Okay, I got you.
It would get a little complicated, but that's okay. I mean,
Right.
you could explore it and play around with it and do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and again, I thought it was kind of cool. Like, hey, if you're going to explore them and create all these videos, and why not have the kids do it? Because that's always everything. Let them do it and see what happens. So,
So divein.studio.
yes.
Again, another weird TLD today, but
yeah, they're all today. They're all strange, but that's cool. So yeah.
By the way, I really want the kitchen in this dive-in house tour.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a fireplace in the kitchen, so.
Well, yeah, for your stone fire pizza.
Yeah, of course.
Doesn't everybody have
What
one
was
of
I
those?
thinking?
There you go. Well, thanks for tuning in. It has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Twitter at SmartNWI. And if you want to get more information on the links to the technology discussed in this episode, you can visit smartnwi.com and a super cool new website. You can check it out.
Oh, yeah.
And new episodes each week. Thanks for listening. Go educate and innovate.
The ideas and opinions expressed on this podcast and the Smart NWI website are those of the author, Shanna Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies we've discussed on the podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as described, but we hope they do. And we'll talk to you again real soon on the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast.